Greetings, geeks, and welcome to episode 852 of Geeks in Space. I'm Rob Commander Taco Malda, and I am joined today in pretend low Earth orbit by Rob Roseboom.
Hello.
And Chris DeBona.
Hi.
Hey, is my voice doing the echoey thing to you again?
What's that?
Is my voice doing the echoey thing? I think I might have fixed it.
No, it's a little better now.
Oh,
yeah.
Good.
Sound good.
At least so far.
Oh, good.
Well, you sound the usual.
You don't sound like the normal that you are.
Oh, wow. Thanks. I feel loved, appreciated.
You should, you people.
Jesus. It's a good thing you're
I'm
lagging.
just enjoying my button. It's not you. It's me.
Right.
It's my button.
I just assumed you're lagging.
It's not you complete friend of mine.
It just sounds like you're going silent. I'm not getting a beep. So
it's not giving a beep.
So it just sounds like you're lagging.
The wrong button.
Yeah, you ruined
What I meant was you're a complete piece.
There you go.
My friend.
There you go.
Much better.
Now I understand.
I'm sorry. I'm out of practice.
I understand.
You spend so much time just
self-censoring
around, and what happens? You forget how to use your button. You know,
if you don't pantomime being an asshole every day.
It's true. It's true. I mean, since I left corporate life, I haven't been, as much of a complete,
a lot less angry.
Yeah.
I'm out of practice.
I've been listening to the Lonely Island and Seth Meyers podcast where they're going through all the SNL digital shorts one at a time. And they had an interesting conversation about censoring on SNL in this week's episode. They were talking about how I think they said her name was Stephanie. She was the censor, and she would sit with them like in the edit suite or whatever, and be like, "No, I think you can still hear a little bit too much of the k on that, so you're gonna have to add like an extra millisecond of beep to that." And I could still hear the f at the beginning of that, and the mouth was a little too visible here. Oh man, I can't imagine.
Yeah. And now I'm getting an echo.
Oh man. Well, now I blame you.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, we have but only 3 things on the zone today, unless Magnum or Ambaloo decides to throw something in. Actually, I thought they had something in there.
I just threw a thing in.
Oh, okay.
Just it's an article about the security of undersea cables.
All right.
That's all.
Tell us about the security of undersea cables, Chris.
No. We can talk about, I think the Trump using AI images to falsely suggest that Taylor Swift endorsed him. I'm like, do you know how upset her fans are going to be?
Yeah.
Like, I know you have Secret Service protection that's a little bulked up now after the little ear sting incident, but I don't think they have enough people to protect you. Like, he should just piss off the BTS crew.
Yep.
And the Swifties and just, get everyone, after him. Maybe this is his way of pulling out of the race. He's like, if I get taken out, they can, but he doesn't.
You shouldn't talk about that on YouTube.
I'm just saying, it's crazy.
It is a crazy story. And there was some funny stuff. Like, so there is a real t-shirt vendor selling Swifties for Trump t-shirts. But a interview said that she had sold 6. Which is like, all right, good on you. You sold 6.
Yeah. I mean, there is nothing on this planet more diabolical than a teenage girl. He doesn't want this. I mean, he doesn't want this at all.
Did you see Mean Girls? Did you see Heathers?
Yeah.
I mean, these were documentaries.
For sure.
Yeah.
They're real.
It's like when you see the pictures of the blacks for Trump and it's all white people wearing the shirts.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe they meant the New Zealand All Blacks.
Yeah. That could be. Football teams in New Zealand are famously politically aware, and they routinely debating the electoral process. That stuff
in other countries.
Countries,
not their own.
I mean,
whatever.
As far as I can tell, that's all that robots in Russia do.
Yeah, well,
it's like their pastime.
They have nothing to say about their domestic elections because they're fixed,
and they have nothing to say about their corporate policies because everything's going fine.
Fine. What are you talking about? It's fine. It's totally okay. It's not at all.
Yep.
I beep again.
I did that. I like that. No, the AI one is interesting because I've been saying this for years. What's going to be the election where an AI lie swings the election? And it could still be this election. I don't think it's going to be Swifties for Trump. But like, so I watched a documentary on Swift a while ago, and it was, I don't remember what election, it might have been 2020, but she was basically like saying, I want to go and make a public, this is a private recorded family interview or whatever with their team. And she's like, I want to make a public statement against some politician. And I think it was her dad, but it was somebody else in there was like, I understand that you want to do that, but if you do, I have to spend this much more money on security because you will, like, that will put your life at risk. So like, what a weird situation for that. Like, she has to say something, you know, but like, I don't know what the split is of her fans, but you know, 1% of any crowd is crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. At least
So
1%.
the picture that they're saying is AI manipulated, I think they just mean Photoshop.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, no,
it's not. This is not. I mean, maybe
I thought that was the one.
If you define AI as like the tint filter in Instagram,
looks a little blurry.
Like,
yeah, it's a weird one. But everything's going to be fine. This is just a totally normal election cycle. I mean,
normal
for the last
Not
one
weird
anyway.
At all.
All right, the next one that we have on the list is another AI story because that's all you get to talk about in technology in 2024. But this one's actually pretty funny. This is a Wyoming reporter got busted for using AI to write his stories. But Rob, do you want to share the funny one about this one? Was this yours?
Go ahead. Yeah.
So the things that were funny about this, first of all, he just used AI to generate the quotes, but then it actually, the article quoted some like rules for journalism thing that he had obviously pasted into the prompt. Like it actually incorporated that into the story. It's like the journalism pyramid or some rule thing that they must teach at J school. It slayed me.
It was a prompt about how to draw a reader's attention and what things you should lead with when you're disseminating news to the public. So it's just, this is really just a failure of proofreading, really.
Yeah, I mean, the AI did fine.
Well, they get so lazy, you know, after doing these things. You know?
Well, what that also means, the editor never read it.
I imagine a lot of people use AI to write the majority of their shit now.
For sure.
The part
again, define AI, like grammar checking, spelling checking, or all the way to writing full paragraphs.
Yeah. I bet they use it a lot for writing paragraphs. What things screwed him over was that he's making quotes with it.
Yeah.
I mean,
you can't do that, man.
Stupid thing to do.
Yeah.
That's a bad idea. Yeah, I don't know. That one, I mean, there's whole websites now that are just AI generating garbage.
Oh, for sure. Almost every stupid little ad
so
you get on
things.
Facebook.
Oh, they're awful.
It's just some AI.
They just want, I mean, if I wanted to, I'm sorry for talking over you. It's like if I wanted to spend the brain power to remember the crappy ads, so I wouldn't buy from those people. But I'm like, come on. It's just, it increases ad blindness in my mind.
It does. It does. I've discovered I'm finally getting really savvy at using the reader mode in Safari, which does a really good job of taking ads off the page. I like that a lot. But that isn't the one that kills me more than anything now is on the feed-based news sites. When you just see the same ad over and over and over and over and over again. And it's like, you're charging them for this. I am now, every time you show me this ad, I think less of this brand. And this is the 50th time I've seen the same ad. Like there's a crime in that.
One of my TVs in this house, one that we don't use very much, has an old Roku in it that is showing ads now.
Oh, I've heard that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But we have seen the same ad play 3 times in a row.
Like 3 times more than you want.
Yeah. Like whoever's taking care of the inventory that they have, and making sure that they meet the requirements of the contract should be fired.
Yeah.
There's no way playing the same ad 3 times in a row in a commercial break meets the criteria of that contract.
I remember when I was a kid, that happened once, like during Saturday morning cartoons or something. I just remember like they played the same ad in the row twice in a row. And I remember thinking somebody must be fired for how foolish that was. And I was like 12. I remember this quite vividly. I don't remember what the ad was. I did because back then, like care and attention was put into these sorts of things. And now it's just, we build machines and we leave them unattended as much as possible. Yeah. Well, we live in a dark world, guys. But guess what? If we want to move to Texas, we can all live in 3D printed homes.
Yay.
That was a terrific segue.
You like that?
Oh, I think the article's gone.
Is it? Oh, well, okay. Yep. All right. Well, never mind. Canceled. That's okay.
I'll find it.
I wasn't going to move to Texas anyway.
I didn't read that article very closely, and I was wondering exactly what is 3D printed about it.
They pour the foundations.
The walls.
Yeah, but are the fasteners or the hardware, do they have walls with access points for cable and stuff like that? Or are they just, I was wondering because this reminded me of, did you guys ever read about the old concrete houses that for a while they were trying to get? So the molds that you would have to put together took like days and days. They were so complex, and if you screwed anything up, they would have to pour your whole new house. So I was wondering if it was simpler like that, if they, made the pieces better for wiring and plumbing and stuff, or if it's just we've printed a wall instead of buying a sheet of, drywall.
So looks like they're doing honeycomb walls of just pooped out concrete, probably with like a fiberglass fill.
I mean, a lot of this I think is just if you can turn house building into IKEA or Lego, that's the savings, right?
Yeah, that's just modular homes. And like when they put my shed in, they just brought, some raw wood for sure, but like pre-built trusses, pre-built this, pre-built that. It's like, yeah, I get it.
Yep.
It's like,
not everything needs to be
funny
custom,
if you go over to Builder's First Source and you kind of upload your diagram to their online tool. They cut all the wood and provide all the trusses, and they'll give you full wall panels if you want, and then all you got to do is drywall them. So, it's insulate and drywall, but yeah.
Well, I don't know. I think this is another example of just like AI. We sprinkle this word on things, and people want to invest money.
And so they lay down this track.
Okay, that's neat.
And then this thing goes along and it poops out these layers. And
that's neat.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. And then as you go, I guess someone drops down. Oh, well, here's going to be where a faucet or an outlet is, and the through hole stuff. And
say through hole again.
Through hole. Yeah.
All right. Did you want to tell us about the undersea cable article you just shared?
Sure. So a friend of mine, she wrote this really cool article about, the security of undersea cables. And I think she presented it at the most recent IETF in Vancouver, I think. And yeah, so that's just interesting. It's a good article. Kristen. And yeah.
All right. Well, I'll make sure to read that when we're done. Is there anything else we want to get off our chest before we spill over into the media that we have or have not consumed?
No. I've been learning the Godot engine. It's been pretty fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone plays around with game engines, but yeah, I made a splash screen and a menu.
Oh, well, you're halfway to Wolfenstein.
Well, this is the great thing about games. If you're writing a game, it can do anything until you actually start writing it.
That's true. It's like Schrodinger's video game.
It's like, look at this great splash screen.
Yeah.
Great. You know,
it's the best. I can tell. It's already a winner. I finished Umbrella Academy, and let me tell you, that show whiffs pretty hard in the second half of that season.
Yeah.
I saw the second to last episode last night, and I'm like, not much is going on.
I haven't checked it out yet. Last season wasn't my favorite.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, and they took the Marigold, and like their powers are mostly different now or more and stranger, and it's like
their powers are defined by the speed of plot.
Yeah, and it's kind of a shame. And also, I mean, I hate to put it this way, I really like 5 and Layla, whatever her name is. Lila. They're good actors. They're fun to watch, you know. But the rumor person, I forget her name.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I don't care for her.
I have to tell you, I think she's the worst actor of the lot.
I don't disagree.
She gets so much attention, and I'm like,
don't disagree. They did,
and like her relationship with her daughter. I'm like, that's
not cool.
I hate to get all Witchblade-y again and do my Witchblade rant. I'm like, I'm not watching the Umbrella Academy to see the complex interactions between Rumor and her
tween
and her kid. I don't care. Why are you taking a tween with you on these end of the world missions? No, leave them home.
Show us the umbrella.
Show us the umbrella.
We deserve the umbrella.
Show us the Witchblade, you morons.
I'm with you on that. I did really like they gave
so
Lila
much whining from Klaus, man.
They gave Lila and 5 a really nice montage.
Yeah, it was great.
Which was really great. Good. And that's the highlight of the season.
It really is.
Which is sad because it's like 10 minutes of the whole season. But they just end. I will say there's a cool monster that Rob will like. But other than that, it was too bad. But you know what? Season 1 was great. And, not very many shows even get a season 2. Like Acolyte, they officially canceled that.
They just canceled it, yeah.
Season 2 is done. Not going to happen, which is fine. I would have liked a season 2, but I think they were screwed by season 1. They told they had an interesting story that they told in a dumb and convoluted way. If they would have told that story more linearly, I think I would have enjoyed it.
I didn't watch the one past the first introduction to the Wookiee Jedi.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
You had me at first. At first, I'm like, okay, a lot of setup, but potential for
when you stun cast a Jedi, I'm out.
Yeah.
That wasn't even the stuff that bothered me. But I just, there was a lot of little things about that show. Like you spend the first half of the season with characters who you don't know who they are. But like I'm spending all this effort. Like, okay, when you watch the Umbrella Academy, you know who the Umbrella Academy kids are, and you are interested in their story, and you're paying attention to their story. But when the Acolyte suffered from having several characters that were not at all necessary for that story. So I'm trying to be invested in these characters for the first few episodes, and then they'll flashback and you don't see them, and then they kill them without us ever knowing anything about who they are. It's hard. It's an ensemble. Either you're an ensemble TV show or you're like a two-hander, and it's hard when the show contains a mystery, and so I don't know what to expect. But that's my failing, I guess, as a viewer.
Yeah, that's your failing.
It is my failing.
I'll do better next time.
I'll do better.
Yeah. If you want to.
If I try
you
hard.
can do better.
Over the weekend, in preparation for Alien Romulus, I rewatched Alien. Just a helpful reminder, Alien's a great fucking movie.
God, it's good.
Alien Romulus is not as great of a fucking movie.
Oh, really?
The deuce you say.
Yeah. So what I'll
No,
say,
they've been hitting them out of the park after that.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
After
Come on, Alien
Aliens.
versus Predator 2 was fucking terrific. No,
I couldn't tell you like anything that happened really in any of the Aliens movies after the first two, the good ones. Like I remember visuals and certain plot points and stuff, but I don't remember very much of any of them. This was better than those for the most part.
okay.
And the first half of it I think is really great. But they make a decision halfway through, and it ain't good.
Yeah, that's what the Red Letter Media guys are like. Yeah, you know, the first half hour, the first 45 minutes, that's really good.
Yeah.
And then it just falls off a cliff.
Did they try to enroll the xenomorphs into like community college and teach them
Do you
skills?
just want me to spoil it?
You can't spoil it for me.
Yeah, you can't really spoil it.
So
know.
they deep fake the android from the first Alien movie.
Yeah.
It's not, but the thing is, it's not even the same. Yeah. But it's not even supposed to be the same robot because it has a different name, but it's the same face.
Oh, okay.
So like, first
Why
of
not?
all, there was
the
no
one the one that malfunctions in Alien.
Yeah, the very first Alien.
The one that has the
he has
commands
the
from Oil
override
Academy,
program.
yeah.
It's not a
All right.
malfunction. He has a secret
Played
directive.
by Bilbo, remember?
Ian Holmes.
Yeah.
Kathleen thinks of him as the guy from The Fifth Element, which I think
Not
is
wrong.
Yeah, that's not my number one, but actually his function as the robot might be his most number one for me for Ian Holmes. But so the story didn't require it to be the same face. Like the story could have literally been any other android because there's already another android in the movie. And like there's been many androids throughout the Alien franchise. So they literally could have had any actor play it, or they could have cast just a younger person. But the deep fake is not like they're getting better. They're getting better. But it's not good enough. And even with the caveat that this is a robot, so like maybe it should look weird, it was so distracting to me. Now that said, its function in the story is fine. But like the uncanny valley of it really ruined it for me. And then they bring back, then in the third, like in the, because every Alien movie has a finale and then a second finale. In the second finale, they do something else, which I'm not even going to try to describe to you, but there's another monster, that's going to be divisive because it's a weird fucking design. And I'm curious. I haven't really read anything about it because I watched it yesterday and haven't really read anything since. Again, weird fucking monster. And maybe it's going to be groovy, but the movie is just like a greatest hits of like moments from other Alien movies that were done better.
Wait, is there a shot where they can't see the alien and then the little mouth pops out and gets someone?
Oh, there is, but it's done in the weirdest possible way. Because it's done with the weird alien at the end. No, you should definitely watch it when it's on streaming.
I bet there's a kissing booth and just piles of dead people.
Yep. Making out with corpses. It's a good.
No, he's the alien's killing people. Kiss them.
Yeah.
That's why they're dead. You're not making out with corpses. Don't be gross.
Oh, that's wrong. I'm a little unclear on the morality of all of this. Let's see. Is there any other media that anybody has consumed that is worthy of our time?
That's a good question. I don't think so. Not since our last call.
I don't watch anything anymore. So.
Yeah, but there's good reasons for that.
Is there?
There is.
Okay.
All right, then. I think it's time for us to say goodbye. To Rob Roseboom.
Goodbye.
And Chris DeBona.
Bye.
That was episode 852 of Geeks in Space. I was Rob Commander Taco Malda, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.